tape 5. We're interviewing Ruth Landman.
This is a picture of my mother, and I would say that this was taken in about 1930, so she would have been in her mid-30s then, and it was taken by a family friend who took the picture of me as a child that you'll see later, and that friend immigrated from Kassel directly to Palestine and has been living there into a ripe old age. And my mother's name is Gertrude Hallow. She appears in the story all the time. And this is a picture taken by the same photographer of my father at about the same time. So he too would have been in his early 30s, and this picture was also the one that was unfortunately used in his obituaries all too soon after that date. His name is Rudolf Hallow. It was taken in about 1930, approximately, I'm not sure. In Germany, yes. Okay, this is a picture of me, and I'm not quite sure how old I am in that picture. I would say I'm probably 8 or 9, also taken by this friend, Anna Moosbacher, the photographer. And it was taken before she left for Palestine, so that's why I'm dating it that way, and I'm wearing the typical pigtails of the period. This is a picture of my class at the Philanthropien in Frankfurt. It was taken, to the best of my knowledge, in late 1938, before it's too cold to be outside in our dresses, so probably in September or October. And many of these classmates, as far as I know, did not survive. I know my very best friend, who is the fourth from the left in the front row, the petite one, Vera Berberich, got to Holland safely and then was deported and killed in one of the camps. She was deported from Holland, and that was the fate of several class members. The Philanthropien at this point, as the size of that class shows, the classes were beginning to get quite small as people managed to get out of Germany. I'm not sure. I didn't look. This is a picture taken in May of 1938 in Baden-Baden, which is a spa in southern Germany. And my grandfather was recuperating from surgery, which he had had in Frankfurt, and they found a pension where Jewish customers could still come. And my mother and my sister and my brother and I all went to visit my grandparents and see how my grandfather was doing. And I would say that this picture sort of epitomizes the last moment when one could concentrate on something, everybody looking spiffy on an occasion in the sunshine. It was very little later in 1938 that Kristallnacht happened, so this is sort of a snapshot of that last moment. In this picture are two of the people who rescued us from Germany, and if you look at the tall lady in the background and the one holding the dog in the foreground, the one with the dog is Miss Mary Moffat, who was one of the teachers who brought my sister and me specifically out of Germany, and her sister in the back was a justice of the peace, and I believe she did some of the financial co-sponsoring. This picture is taken, as most of our pictures in England are, with a dog in the picture. It was our first experience of living with a dog, and this picture was taken in the summer of 1939 in Birmingham, in a suburb of Birmingham, England. This is a picture of my husband, Otto Landman, and of me, taken in about 1952, after we had been at Caltech for a year, and I can date it because of the necklace that I'm wearing, which was made by Otto at a pottery class that we both took. And obviously we are a lot younger than we are now, but it was blown up recently for my 70th birthday to this side. This was taken in about 1964 and is my son Jonathan together with me, and obviously we are both enjoying the moment thoroughly. One of the things our family has started to do is to have family reunions in order to make it possible for the ever-growing generations to be together and be in rich contact. It's something that has been very important both in my own family and in my husband's family all our lives. And the cousins of all the generations enjoy being together and see to each other that they're in steady contact all the time. And this is a Hallow family reunion. That is what the grandchildren of my mother decided after her death. She died at the age of 90. They wanted to do with some of the inheritance my mother left behind. They wanted it to be used to enable everybody to get together every other year, and we have done that now every other year. And this was the 1995 reunion. And the three children of my mother, between them, have had, let's see, 3, 6, 8 grandchildren, and those between them have an ever-growing group of great-grandchildren, up now to 9, I believe, and still carrying forward. This reunion took place in Massachusetts. Yes, I'd like to introduce the 3 members of my family who are here now. My husband, Otto Landman, my daughter, Jessica Landman, and my granddaughter, Merrill Landman Mullaney. Merrill is 4 years old and lives here in Washington, as does Jessica. And our other 2 children live in Boston, so they cannot be here for this.
Ruth and Otto Landman have not just one daughter here, but 2 other happy, healthy children in Boston. And I think all of us feel very fortunate to be here in the United States, to have our own children who are happy and healthy, and to have had parents who are able to come out of the experiences that they had as children and still be happy, healthy adults who raised their own children in a way that learned from but didn't just grow bitter or unhappy from their own childhood experiences in Germany. So I think that they're more than just survivors. They are thrivers, and I think all their children feel that we benefited from that in many, many ways.